This is a story about my journey through school with ADHD, which has been a struggle for me since I can remember. It all started when I was 7 years old at one of my sister's softball games. Me and some of my childhood friends decided to play hide and seek, which was our favorite game to pass the time. I lost count of how many times I played this game with my friends. I was one out of the 6 players that were supposed to be hiding, and before I knew it, I was caught. While sprinting away from the seeker in pursuit of me, I ran into a countertop of a concession stand that was eye level with me. I did not remember much after that, but when I woke up, I was on the ground with lots of red stains around me. Slowly rising from the ground, I noticed that the red Kool-Aid I was carrying had spilled onto the rocky pavement. This made me feel at ease and less worried about my situation. I thought to myself, maybe the drink is the red stains I am seeing. I walked to the bathroom to check myself for any injuries, and after holding several paper towels up to my throbbing head, I realized I was bleeding profusely. Once arriving at the emergency room, I was given fluids, and my head was glued with a surgical adhesive. It is still unclear what caused the development of my ADHD. It could be genetics, but my head injury from the countertop is the most likely culprit. For many years, my struggles remained so mild that my teachers and parents did not catch on to the signs. Once I was in 6th grade, my parents started to notice, but still, they did not know what was wrong with me. I was tutored and given a planner for the remainder of that year, but to no avail. 7th grade brought many new and exciting opportunities for me and was one of my favorite years in school. I did not struggle with any subject other than math, which was a glimpse of light in what seemed like a dark prison, but not all good things can last. 8th grade brought with it a reckoning in my life that is forever etched in my brain. I struggled in many of my courses and found it very difficult to focus. My teachers started to take notice and wanted my parents to have me professionally evaluated by a behavioral specialist and a psychiatrist. After thorough evaluation, I was diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, combined type mild severity. After this, I was prescribed a medication called Strattera, otherwise known as atomoxetine. At first, Strattera was comforting, but soon after, my health started to plummet. I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks because of malnutrition. I remember refusing food from my mom and only eating applesauce every other day, which forced doctors to change my medication. After getting off Strattera, I was prescribed Ritalin, also known as methylphenidate. Unfortunately, I had almost no response to the Ritalin, which puzzled the doctors. I was taken off all medication by my mother and tried to keep my grades up in school. An interesting fact that played a pivotal role in my ability to learn in high school was my photographic memory. Many people with ADHD have what is considered a superpower. Photographic memory has always been something I possessed, I just didn't know that I had it. I excelled in map memorization and name memorization in my geography course, which was the class that revealed my photographic memory. After majoring in music at community college, my ADHD had become a forgotten memory that I never thought of. This all changed once I arrived at the University of Mississippi in the spring of 2021. My first semester at the university was during the middle of the COVID pandemic. This had a significant impact on my motivation, focus, and overall general life. The spring of 2022 was the most intense semester I had ever experienced at the university. I took 21 hours of classes, had stressful responsibilities outside of school, and had a 45-minute commute each day at school. I exhausted all of my absences in each course and was in pure misery every day. I finally decided I was done with these problems. During spring break of 2022, I went on to a renowned psychiatrist to try and resolve my issues. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, predominantly inattentive type, moderately severe, was my new diagnosis. This surprisingly was a relief to me. The burden that was lifted off my shoulders felt like an elephant that had finally gotten off me. Shortly after my diagnosis, I was prescribed Adderall, otherwise known as dextroamphetamine. It was a scary thing starting this medication because I knew it was a very strong stimulant. Since I started Adderall 2 years ago, I have been more motivated than ever and been able to manage my life much better. It was not easy navigating through ADHD for so many years, but it has made me stronger and ultimately led me to become a successful person. The journey I have taken over the past decade has become one of the most life-defining and important experiences in my life. I can only hope that one day I can spread this story to a student that needs to hear it.